Okay, AP Stat, I know you're so tired of listening to me drone on, but you'll get over it. So this is our last example for box plots that we're going to do, and we're going to look at a comparative box plot. So we saw one of those in example 11, but now we're going to build the comparative box plots, and I've already got some data in here that I'm going to show you. So we're going to create parallel box plots, and we're going to paste it or copy it in, just like we've been doing on the other problems. I know it says 3 categories here, but we're going to use 2. So here's what I compared. Let me show you, let me take you to Staplet. All right, so I put in heights here, and I put in heights for the males and heights for the females. So I want you to look at what our analysis will look like here. And you can look at it in different, you can look at it in a stem plot if you want to, you can look at it in a dot plot, etc., etc. You can compare histograms, but if you do that, I want you to notice that your x-axis here is exactly the same for both of them. That's why histograms don't make great comparative plots, because you can't put them on the same scale. Because if you'll notice on your box plots, this where it says heights down here, I've got the box plots stacked on each other so that we're using the same scale. Okay, so what I did here, I want you to notice down here that for the males I put in 11 heights, and for the females I put in 9. You don't have to have sample sizes the same every time that you're comparing. Sorry. So I just wanted you to know that. That's why I pointed that out. Okay, so I've taken a picture of this, and let's go back to our notes, and I'll put it in here for us. Okay, and this time I put it in without the summary statistics, because I want you to see how I'm going to talk about this without having those values so that I can say what the IQR is, etc., etc. So if you've just got this situation, how are we going to talk about it? How are we going to compare these two? Again, I want to point out, I don't want you just listing stuff you know. Well, it looks like this one is this, and this one is this, and the females look like this, while the male, that is not comparison. Okay, so I'm just gonna, let's look at what we see here. Overall, it looks like male height is more, right? Because if you'll notice, the whole 5-number summary, our maximum, Q3, median, Q1, and minimum are all higher than the 5-number summary for the females. So that's something I might point out. The females have a little bit more spread than the males do. And this is just the data that I chose to give you. So if we had used the whole class, we may have had something different. Who knows? So what I'm going to say is that the male heights in general are higher than female heights, with the entire 5-number summary higher than that of the females. All right, both distributions appear to be symmetric with no unusual features. There appears to be less variability in the male heights. Okay, so there appears to be less variability in the male heights compared to females. Okay, that pretty much does it. That's all you've really got to talk about. Now, what I'm talking about here, there appears to be less variability in the male heights compared to the females. See, the males are not quite as spread out as the females. And you could have said that in a different way. You could have said the female heights have more variability than the male heights. The male heights in general are higher than female heights with the entire 5-number summary. Higher. Oh, I didn't word that very well. The male heights in general are higher than female heights with the entire 5-number summary being higher. Sorry about that. Being higher than that of the females. Both distributions appear to be symmetric with no unusual features. There appears to be less variability in the male heights compared to the females. So what does all this mean? In general, the male heights are less variable than females, and they have a higher value on average. So that is pretty much what I'm summing up here. And there's a million different ways you could have written this and still gotten credit. So keep that in mind. And I didn't use any specific values, and that's okay, but you could have. You could have said the male height median is about 73, whereas the female height median is much lower at 65, confirming the idea that overall male heights are greater than female heights. So you could have, how you want to communicate it is up to you. You can get as flowery as you want to, as long as you make your point. Have a great time.